If you represented the financial world and the only way you made money was by people not spending their money they had invested with you, would you actually tell them to take money away from you and spend it? Well, assuming you forgot whose money it was in the first place, you probably wouldn't. In fact, you'd probably put the fear of you-know-what into their minds so that they would be afraid to spend and enjoy this money. So basically, I've come up with 5 truths that savers must keep in mind when approaching the second half. And let's take a look at those. Number 1, as you get older. Now, folks, again, I've done this a long time. As you get older, barring some sort of health catastrophe, savers will start spending less and less money, not more money. And yes, I understand inflation and all that, I get it, but I'm just talking about the normal course of living. As you get older, you will spend less money. Number 2, assuming that you're going to be forced to take money out of this tax-infested 401k, IRA, or other retirement account, you have to understand something. Eventually, you've got to spend it anyway. It's called the RMD, and now it's at age 73. But listen, you're going to have to start taking this money out, and many of you do not have a game plan to deal with taxes. Recently, we've been talking a lot about 2025. In 2025, the current tax laws are going to expire. And the question is, if you're forced to take money out of this tax-infested plan, at what rate of taxes are you going to have to owe in the future? Again, that's why you need a plan now. Number 3, things are going to change. As my late great father used to say, nothing stays the same. Folks, I can't begin to tell you how many people who have plans with Tony Walker Financial have changes that we could have never anticipated. In fact, take a look at this graph here. We have more than 1,000 clients at Tony Walker Financial who find themselves right now smack dab in the second half of life. And guess what? A lot of these folks are experiencing all kinds of changes. People get sick, people get injured, people die. There's all kinds of things that can happen. Here's a biggie. People have to unexpectedly decide to maybe downsize or make changes in their lives. Things, again, that require retirement planning specialists with a game plan to help monitor their progress to meet these changes. Number 4, the other truth that comes down to the second half of life, income will go down when, not if, when a spouse passes away. That is, the spouse that's left behind is going to take an income decrease, either because they have to use more assets, maybe one of the Social Securities drops off. It could be even a situation with a pension. Many people have pensions that have survivor options that are not 100%. In other words, when one spouse dies, the other spouse is going to be left with less money. We talked about downsizing. Ran into a person the other day. Here's the scenario right there. The husband is having very serious health issues, probably not going to make it more than about a year. They've got another property out of state. She's trying to figure out if they should keep it. She may want to downsize. Folks, there is a lot of issues on the table for this young lady to have to decide what to do when, not if, when her husband eventually passes away. She needs a retirement planning specialist in her corner to help her think through that, and that's the type of thing we do at Tony Walker Financial. And then finally, number 5, I'm going to cover this in detail in the next segment. Why in the world are many of you in the second half of life, again, I'm talking to savers out there, why are you still taking all of this risk? You know, there's a great quote out there, and it says, what got you there sometimes won't keep you there. So many of you have been taking risk all of your lives, but you've had these 401ks and IRAs, but you haven't really needed the money. You've been able to weather the storm, so to speak, but now many of you are in your mid to late 60s or into your 70s or even 80s, and you're sitting there taking all this risk and losing sleep at night. Folks, there is no need to do that whatsoever. In fact, at Tony Walker Financial, that's one of our specialties, is helping people worry less about money by not only cutting costs, but keeping the risk down. In fact, we call this
Sleep and Sew In.
Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed that video. If you'd like, check out these other clips. And be sure to hit that like button and that subscribe button for more videos.